Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and it's possibly the most important World of Tanks day of the year, and that is because it's time to receive our well-deserved reward, which is a feature that Wargaming added in a few years ago, where once a year, in November, Wargaming give us a whole huge amount of rewards depending on how long you have played the game. So, there's going to be a new tank. So why don't we just check out Wargaming's video, which is always one of the best of the year. We're full of Easter eggs. Spoilers, however, I'm going to have to watch this video muted with subtitles because I don't own the copyright to the music. So if you want to see this with the music, go and check it out on Wargaming's page. So this year, they are telling us all about how it began. Oh, the T-52, honestly a monster scout. Used to be one of the craziest tanks with regards to physics because it could track itself because it drove so quickly. The Hellcat, Tier 6, used to be an absolute god tier tank before they nerfed the hell out of it and put it back at Tier 7, which nobody wants. A Chaffee, a vehicle which apparently won a battle without a single shot, even though it had possibly one of the best guns, which was one of the highlights of the tank, so I love to shoot. And talk about loving to shoot, the tank that still holds my experience record, the old VK2801. And then, what's this? A KV-1? Which used to be just called a KV back in the day. But back in the day, when the KV was at Tier 5, it used to have a KV-2 turret as well as also a KV-1. What is that? That's going to be our reward? Is that it? Is that the video? That's the video? No spoilers? No Easter eggs? Oh man, is that disappointing. Okay, that was the worst well-deserved reward video so far. If anyone remembers most of the videos back in the day, they were professionally done with memes absolutely everywhere, teasing us about future events that might be coming throughout the year, humor in Wargaming's way. Have to admit, incredibly disappointing video compared to what they usually would be. But let's be fair, Wargaming are currently moving their entire development away from Russia and Belarus to other countries. And so maybe they haven't had a chance to create an epic, well-deserved reward like the previous years. And I hope for 2023 that you guys get back to it, because it's definitely one of the best videos you release all the way through. Well, that's a little bit of a disappointment. No opportunities for QuickyBaby to go and take a look at Easter eggs. So, well-deserved rewards. Depending on how long you've been playing, you're going to go from still some pretty cool rewards, even if you only registered this year, up to some amazing rewards if you've been playing since the beta, like me. Now, this year's also really exciting for me because it marks the point where my free-to-play account is actually old enough to be able to get 5 reward vehicles gifted to it, which I could sell all of them and have 5 garage slots and a few, probably like 1 million or a couple million credits, but I'm definitely going to keep them. What's the point of selling them when I can just play a few premium tanks? And my heart goes out to everyone who has registered their account from the 1st of January 2019 until now, because you're going to have to wait a little bit longer to be able to get some of these real old school tanks. And let me know in the comments whether you registered your account in January 2019. My heart goes out to you. So unfortunately, but the tank that I'm going to be playing in the video today, the KV-1SA, will only be available for people who have registered their account before or on the 31st of December 2018. And you will get this vehicle and everything else just for logging into the game. And there are some awesome rewards that are available. Everyone who's been playing for a very long time will get 3,000 bonds, 1.5 million credits, 3 universal training manuals, 3 days of premium, 20 hours of 50% extra credits, a personal training manual, 35 times experience games, 20 hours of 50% plus XP, and you're also going to get 12 tokens. And what you can spend these 12 tokens on, and obviously if you've been playing for less years, you're going to get less tokens, is if you go to the store, you go to event rewards, then you'll be able to find the well-deserved shop. And you can have a choice of equipment, some new style for the Badger. Wow, let's take a look at that one, see what it looks like. Oh, funky. It's even got a Badger on the front. I don't think this has been available since now. It's very expensive though. I don't want to spend 6 tokens on that style, Wargaming. I'd rather have a piece of equipment or be able to buy lots of other funky stuff in the other section. So the main reward that a lot of you will be excited to get is the KV-1SA. And this vehicle has received last minute statistical changes, so I can't use Tanks GG to compare it for you. So the bottom line is this vehicle has the same gun as a KV-1 shielded, which is a 76mm with 120 pen, 150 premium pen. However, it has the hull of a KV-1S, which is a tier 6. And it has a turret that's a little bit different. The turret on this thing, it's not quite the stock KV turret, but it's not quite the upgraded KV turret. It's kind of in between. But the main feature of this vehicle has to be that it has an auto reloader. Like the IS-3A, it is an inverse auto reloader where its reload gets better the deeper you get into the magazine. So don't be worried about going in firing all of your shells, because then you're going to be at optimum DPM. It's like an auto reloader for dummies, unlike Italian vehicles where you have to only fire if you feel like it's a good opportunity because your DPM is going to get worse. So things to highlight about this vehicle: terrible accuracy, terrible aim time, 2.3 seconds intra-clip reload for 110 damage. Well, that's really not very impressive, which means that this vehicle is going to be having a burst damage of 2,869, which is not really that good when you think that you can kind of get your DPM to that level with a 57mm on a KV-1. However, this vehicle does have some advantages, such as 320 meters view range, which is 10 meters better than the KV. Although, even with a very good crew, my view range on this tank is 370, which isn't really going to see my opponents at very decent distances. But one thing that does rock about this tank is its top speed limit is 43 kilometers an hour base, which I've pumped up to 47 by using a turbo. I'm using a durability device and vents on this thing. However, my accuracy is going to be horrible with that build, 0.4 base, so I am going to be having to fight in close quarters combat. But that's what my plan is going to be. Go get up into my opponent's faces and mess them up, because with 5 degrees of gun depression, I'm not working ridge lines. With terrible accuracy, I'm not sniping, and I don't really want to put binoculars on this vehicle to get some horrible amount of view range to then be able to snipe inaccurately at them. This thing looks about as intelligent as a stack of bricks. So without further ado, why don't I take it out onto the battlefield for my first ever game in this KV-1SA. And I'm sure that there's probably going to be a lot of other KV-1SAs out on the battlefield, so this could get incredibly ugly. Look how many heavy tanks there are in the queue, 154. Do you think I'm going to end up with a game with 10 versus 10 KV-1SAs? Oh, I hope so. And also, just a sneak peek that tomorrow when Holiday Ops goes live, you, the community, can decide to join me in trying to complete as many Holiday Ops missions as possible to get me goodies to be able to give away to you, the community. So make sure you use my code HO23QB on EU, NA, or Asia, and then every time you do Holiday Ops missions, you'll be helping me to get goodies to give away this Christmas period. And just a heads up that if you use one of the other codes, then you won't be able to join me, and vice versa. If you use my code, you won't be able to join your favorite contributor. All right, so I've actually loaded in, and it's fairly normal. I guess the matchmaker is just trying to throw as many KV-1SAs into it as possible, but it looks like it's failed, and I've actually just got a pretty good game. Funnily enough, there's no preferential matchmaking with regards to my first game in this vehicle, as I'm having to play against tier 6s. Sometimes when you play your first games in tanks, you're always top tier, but that doesn't seem to be the case now. And I do expect this vehicle is going to get normal matchmaking and have to play against tier 7s. When I play against tier 7s, that's going to be pretty ugly. One thing that's interesting about this vehicle is it does get APCR as standard, but the APCR rounds and the premium rounds have exactly the same shell velocity. So if you can pen with your regular rounds, then they're pretty much just as good as the premium rounds with regards to all of the gun handling. All right, map-wise, I think this is a pretty nice map, Siegfried Line. I'm just going to go get get stuck in. All right, the first shell actually loaded really quickly. Have I made a mistake? Oh, no, I haven't. Of course, the first shell loads quick, and then it gets progressively longer and longer and longer. Now up to 7 seconds reload, even with my... Holy moly, this thing was not as fast as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be way quicker than this. Just because the vehicle has top speed doesn't mean that it actually has any power to weight ratio to be able to go with it. Thank goodness I put a turbo on it, but oh my word, has this thing got really bad ground resistances? I think it probably does. In fact, can I alt-tab and go onto Tanks GG very quickly? Yeah, yeah, its ground resistances are really poor, which is what's slowing down the vehicle. All right, I'm just going to go get stuck in, because that's the way that I guess I got to play. That Leopard got his tracks taken off. It's kind of awkward to then have to have that long reload for the extra shell. It still feels a little punishing. We've got a KV-1 over there. A Leopard towards my side. Come on, Mr. Leopard. I want to show you my new auto-reloader. Woo! I mean, 110 damage per shot. It's not bad, is it? It's nothing to not take seriously. Oh. Well, that Hellcat's taking me very seriously. The Hellcat's on the corner, but of course I'm as blind as a bat in this tank. Do you know what? This could be the worst first game in history, if they decide to go and sit here above me, if they've got any tanks with gun depression. Oh no. Oh no, it's happening. It's happening, boys and girls. This leopard looks like they're actually a pretty good player. They're trying to find my weak point on top, but luckily I don't have much of a weak point. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, well, I am the auto-reloading KV1. I should be able to outtrade you. That's right. Oh, I'm bad shot there though, but he's getting nailed. Am I about to get nailed by the leopard? I am. Lagging? I'm lagging? What? Servers? What is this? Oh, what? Okay, that's got to be a good excuse for the first game. What are the World of Tanks servers doing? Oh my lord. Okay, we're gonna have to mulligan that. I'm gonna have to mulligan that and try again. I'm gonna blame the lag. I'm gonna blame the lag. All right, I tried restarting my entire internet connection. Take 2. Okay, so now we're loading in on Ghost Town, and that's a lot more KV1SAs available, right? When I play a tank like this, I just don't really have very much confidence in myself. What? You might be saying, QB, why? Because it doesn't really have any of the statistics that I need to truly just outplay my opponents outside of an autoloader. And how does an autoloader outplay? An autoloader outplays by catching people ill-prepared and managing to just dump an entire magazine. Or I guess I can save up my damage and be able to try and just trade efficiently and outshoot my opponents in close quarters combat. That's also a possibility for me. But usually when I use an autoloader, it'll be, I'm going to sneak, get in some bushes, try and snipe, use the ridgeline, and yeah, you know who's going to be farming today. KV222s, boys and girls. That is an incredibly OP tank that all of the puppy KV1Ss won't have a clue how to play. So this guy, he's a professional seal clubber, taking a vehicle like that out today. And if any of you want to try and get marks in your tier 5s or maybe some of your tier 6s, today might be a good day to do it because there will be a huge amount of incredibly mediocre players playing KV1SAs. But there'll also be quite a lot of good players playing KV1SAs, so watch out for that. So remember that my turret armor on this vehicle is far from impressive, so I've got to watch out for that. But what I really want to do is just try and still play. I mean, I don't know. I've got to play, you know? I've got to play, right? Luckily, the KV222 actually has really bad, oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm never really going to hit that. Luckily, the KV222 actually has really bad turret armor, so I should be able to mess around with it. Remember what I said about just firing? If you think you got a chance, you probably should just fire in this vehicle, because you won't have many chances. Well, your DPM gets better as you get deeper into the magazine, so just fire. If you see a shot, just take it. Take that chance. No point in holding. It's really weird. This vehicle, it makes you think that you do a lot, but then I just look down at my damage and I'm like, oh, I've done 100. Yeah, most tier 5 tanks have 100 alpha damage. And if I'm in my KV1, I hit for 180, right? So this is definitely not very impressive with regards to that. Man, KV222s. I'm probably going to have to just spam at his turret because that's his weak point, but do I stand a good chance of going through it? If I hit above the bar, I will, but good luck hitting that. I'm never going to hit that because that's the old KV3 hull right there. Yeah, good blooming luck. Oh, this is so weird. What a weird tank. What a weird tank. I think I might be able to push here. No. No, we're not going out in front of those tanks, that's for sure. As the KV1SA figures the same. One thing I just realized about this vehicle is it's not that healthy, is it? 800 hit points is fairly low for a tier 5 heavy now. Not terrible. Back in the day, I swear we had to deal with much lower amounts of hit points. I'm thinking about trying to cross, go there where the Sav is, maybe try and get some shots. Also got to worry about vehicles that could be above me over here. Probably a Stug or something like that. This is one of the worst games of tier 5 I think I've played in a long time. I think I'm just very unconfident in this vehicle right now. Should we just go and see if we can just start opening fire on German mediums? Wow, that is a real horrible gun, actually. I mean, okay, oh no, there's a Marder above me firing gold. Nice shot, Marder. I'd probably get set on fire here. Luckily, it doesn't seem to be the case. So the Marder's here, and I have no chance of ever being able to spot him. And I could blind fire him, I guess. I could try and blind fire him. I see where he is. It's about there. Now, that's stupid. I'm just going to lose so many hit points trying to blind fire him. What I'm going to do, blind fire him like 3-4 times? It's not really going to work. I might just try and slinky round this corner backwards to try and get away from him, and then try and get some shots on this player. It seems so weird to just be firing like this, but it is the way to play this vehicle, right? It's when you've got these inverse auto reloaders, you should just fire. At least we picked up our first kill. Hooray, hooray for me. I'm so good at World of Tanks. Oh, dude, this vehicle, it's definitely not going to be a favorite for me. In fact, this is the worst well-deserved reward tank ever from me. Not probably because it's not competitive. It's probably quite a competitive tank. But just because I have no nostalgia. I have no nostalgia whatsoever. This isn't what World of Tanks was. It never was this. This is not World of Tanks ever in its history, and that's for me what all the well-deserved rewards were about. Luckily, we managed to get what looks like a couple of shells in there against the Marder. And there's a couple of vehicles there. And a KV-1SA up behind. Can I get him in the turret? No. What's this T-28 doing? Oh, that's not good. I've got a dead driver now as well. Oh, he's shredding me. I don't have a repair kit. This is bad. Luckily, we got some shells out. I don't know. Might as well fire them blind there in that situation. There's a KV-1SA who seems to want to get some shots into my side. Kind of want to let this one reload before I fire. His hull's actually pretty good. Can I get him in the side of the turret right now? Looks like I have to load gold. I'm going to switch to gold. I know it sucks. He's not loading gold. He's actually getting me in the hull. Nice play. Better marksmanship than me. Better marksmanship than me. Man, that 14 TP's gun is in such an annoying position. I'm going to turn it round a little bit. Oh, and then I get hit by the T6 medium. I'm actually okay, though. Oh, no, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. There's a KV-222 up on the hill as well, that or maybe just down there, that I'm never going to be able to spot. Oh, boys and girls, this tank has got me flustered. It's got me flustered, very flustered. This is just not my kind of tank, and I'm so far down on hit points because there's a T-28 up there, and I'm never going to be able to spot them or be able to take the cap. I think this is going to be a horrible, disgusting loss. That's what I think. Can I still blame the lag? So, I don't think I can still blame the lag. And I've got to fire out a whole magazine of gold. I can't believe I'm firing out a whole magazine of gold there. Oh, that's disgusting. I'm just going to switch to my regular rounds. I can't do that. I know I'm on my pay-to-win account, but not even I can do that. Yeah, this is going to be an awful game, but luckily our KV-1SA is doing the sensible thing and actually driving towards them, albeit very, very slowly. So that could take a while. At least I got my rounds in now. I don't want to die right now. I've got to probably be a little bit patient. The dude's like right there on that corner. Okay, I got to take a chance. I got to take a chance. I realize I'm not fully loaded, but I just got to get these shells out. Oh, that gun is so horrible. It's not like the worst thing you'll ever play with in World of Tanks, but it's pretty horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I am not. This gun isn't sparking any joy. And what's the point of getting excited about 110 damage like that? I could be playing with a 57mm and doing, I guess, 85 damage. I could be firing like 30 rounds a minute or something stupid with 2,000 odd DPM. Yeah, this tank definitely isn't doing it for me right now. I'm not saying it's the worst thing I've ever played, but yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's such a mediocre vehicle from a fun perspective for me. Just 110 every, what, 2.3 seconds? Great. Maximum DPM of burst, like less than 3,000. Is it even an autoloader if it's doing that little? Am I going to die here? No, luckily I've got another one though. I guess that's where you've got an advantage, right? Missed the first shot, hit the second. Great. Move on. How long have I been driving around with a dead driver? Oh my god, the YouTube comments are going to be hilarious. To be fair, the tank's so slow to begin with. I don't even really need a driver, right? To be fair, one of the reasons why I didn't notice that I had a dead driver there as well is because this is my IS-7 crew. And my IS-7 crew has jack of all trades. Dude, I've got to try and win this game. And because I've got jack of all trades, I'm not going to be able to spot here, am I? Where are they even? Okay. Win the game. I won it! I won the game! I won the game. I got the interrupt. That should be enough to win the game, right? No, we're only 4 seconds away. Oh, no. Come on, 82. I've passed the torch to you. Yes! Alright, we did it. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yeah, in my defense, I probably didn't really notice the dead driver that much because the tank's super slow. And I have Jack of all trades on my commander, because on my IS-7 I don't use medkits whatsoever. I use a super heavy spall liner, and then I use speed governors instead of a medkit to go real fast. And so that commander with Jack of all trades was fulfilling that driver role on my vehicle. Oh god, I really don't like this tank. I really don't like this vehicle. I mean, I did 1,000 damage, I finished 4th and 4th, I end up making some credits, but that's only because I completed a mission. This is not a premium vehicle. Yeah, this one is just not my cup of tea. Honestly, you could play a KV-1 in so many more fun ways. You could use a 122mm derp with 450 or 370 alpha damage, and you can use the 57mm on the KV-1. And if you do that, you could probably end up with an outrageous rate of fire on the KV-1. In fact, I'm packing a rate of fire of 33 rounds a minute, which gives me less intra-clip reload without having to have the awkward magazine. I can get my reload down to 1.82, and I guess I only have 85 alpha damage, but then I can have way better pen on my gold rounds and way better accuracy. I can just be way better. So, all in all, my obviously subjective opinion, considering I haven't had that much time with this vehicle, but this wasn't meant to be a tank review. It was meant to be telling you about the well-deserved rewards and roughly what I think about this one. Honestly, this is the worst well-deserved rewards so far. And while I appreciate the Wargaming of Steel being just as generous with regards to what we get, and I understand that they've tried to make a fun tank with an auto reloader on it, it's just not a part of World of Tanks history. And I think it would have been way more fun to maybe have like a KV at tier 5 or maybe even at tier 6 with like the KV2 turret, which would kind of just be like a KV2, but at least that would be a part of World of Tanks history. This isn't a part of World of Tanks history in any kind of way. There never were auto reloaders, there never was this kind of turret, I believe, and so there never really should have been this kind of tank. However, for some of you out there, maybe you can go and have a little bit of fun kicking around at tier 5, although I definitely think there are better and way more fun tanks that are even inside the tech tree. Anyway, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that was it for today's video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know what you think about this year's well-deserved reward. Do you think it's incredibly disappointing, or do you think that it's a really funky tank that you're looking forward to getting your hands on? And what are you going to do with all of the rewards that you get? And what are you going to spend your tokens on? And also, let me know in the comments what tank you should have, what you think should have been this year's well-deserved reward and not the KV-1 SA. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.